Welcome back, Renegades. Today we have some more gameplay with Lakers Croc and OP10. As a friendly reminder, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. It helps the channel grow. If you like to contact your friends may as well. And all matches will be timestamped in the description, as well as a link to the deck profile. Alright, let's get into it. Laker Croc versus Lim. We're going to go first, get our Dawn, passing it over to the opponent. They're going to get their 2 Dawn and pass it back. We're going to pressure 5k first into life. And now we're going to flow down our blocker, just passing it back. They do take that first hit. They're going 6k. We're going to use our blocker effect to ramp it Dawn. We got plenty of 2ks. Let's give them a counter. We're going to use our leader effect to put down an L, passing it back to us. 6 Dawn. We're just going to put all 6 on our leader. Just pressure 11k into that NL. Pass it back. They're going to put 1 on leader. We're going to use our effect so we can get it Dawn. 6 into 5. We're just going to counter out. They're going to play down a limb searcher, creating a Nami. Then using leader effect to put down an L. Allows them to draw 3. Subtract a card. Back over to us. We're going to deploy down our 9-drop kid, or 8-drop kid, so we can trash our top life. Put 1 on our leader. We're just going to pressure 6k into life. Alright, countered out. And now at the end of the turn, we're just going to filter. And then back over to them. They're going to pressure 5 with their limb. We're going to use our leader and blocker effect to ramp it Dawn. Just going to counter out. Nell's coming in 6 into 5. Just going to counter. And then they're going to put 2 on leader, pressuring 7. We're going to take this one. Using leader effect, it looks like. Yep, they're going to drop down Newgate, trashing our KOing our blocker. And then playing down a Nell to draw some cards and trash some cards. Alright, back over to us. We draw into the Basil Hawkins, but we're going to play down the kid so we can trash another life. But we're going to put 2 on our leader, so we have a 7k swing. We're going to pressure into the Newgate. We're going to counter out. Then we have a 9k swing. We're just going to go into that Newgate. Just to clear the board a little bit. End of turn, we're going to filter. And back over to them. We're going to put a 7 Dawn on Nell, going 13 into the kid. We're going to counter out, save it here. We're going to use leader effect to play down a Mihawk. Looks like they're going to ready the NL. Pressuring 5 into life, we'll take. 5 with leader, we'll take. They're going to go 6 with the NL. This one we're going to counter out. Because we can't afford to lose due to that big swing. And they're going to pressure the 13 into the kid. We got to give it to them. Back over to us. We do draw into the 8-drop Crocodile. We're going to try to close this game out. So we're going to put 300 kid, pressuring 12 into life. They take this. We're going to put the rest of our Dawn on, and we're going to pressure another 12k swing. We're going to go after life, see if we can close this game out. Tempting to counter out, but we got it. Laker Croc versus Caesar Clown. Opponent's going to go first. We're going to get their Dawn, passing it over to us. We're just going to get the 2 Dawn, pass back. Opponent's going to play down a Sanji, and pressuring 5 with their leader. We're going to take the first hit. Satori, we're going to use this trigger here, so we do get to play that out. Back over to us, we're at 4 Dawn, so we are going to put 2 on Satori. We're going to pressure 7k. They take this hit. We're going to pressure another 7k, this time with our leader, and they're going to counter out here. Back over to them. They're going to play down their Monet. They're going to use his activate main to feed the leader 2 Dawn, giving Satori -1. Adding an additional Dawn, they're going to pressure 8 into life, bouncing back to Monet to KO our Satori. Get another Satori from life, so we're just going to use that trigger again to get it back out. They're going to put 2 on their Sanji, pressuring 8k into life. We're going to take this. Back over to us. We're going to put 1 on Satori, pressuring 6 into that rested Sanji. We do get it, but they get to draw a card. We're just going to go 5 with our leader. See if we get a card. Nope, they took the life. And now we're going to play down our Basil Hawkins, leaving 1 open for our Oh Come My Way. Opponent's going to play down Ben Beckman, trashing the Basil Hawkins, so we don't get that effect. And then pressuring into the 5k into the Satori. We're going to counter out and save this. Back over to us. We're going to use our event here, which allows us to grab a couple cards with the trigger. We're going to grab a couple 2ks. And then we're going to play down Basil again. And we're going to pressure 5 with Satori. They're going to counter. Another 5k swing with leader. They're going to counter. Just pass it back, leaving the 1 Dawn open with our Basil Hawkins for Oh Come My Way. They use Gravity Blade, so they put both of our cards at the bottom of the deck. Then they played out a Virgo, getting a Mocha. 1 on their leader, pressuring 6K into life. We're going to counter. 7K with Ben Beckman. We're going to counter. Probably should have used the search event. We wouldn't have lost both. But back over to us. We're going to play down the 8-drop Crocodile, using its on play to gain a life. Put 1 on our leader, pressuring 6K back into Caesar Clown. They're going to counter. Pass it back. We still have the O Come My Way in hand. They're going to play down another Sanji here, as well as a Tony Chopper. And then they're going to play down a Monet. Okay. They're going to use Monet's Activate main to feed their leader a couple Rested Dawn, giving our Crocodile -1. 7 into life, bouncing back Monet. We're going to use our card action here so we can filter. We're going to get rid of our Basil. And then we are going to use O Come My Way to force that attack into the Crocodile character. They're going to put 1 on Ben Beckman, going 8 into life. We have to take. Beiji, we're not going to use the trigger. Back over to us. We are going to play down another 8-drop Crocodile so we can gain another life. We're going to put 1 on our leader so we have a 6K swing. We're going to pressure life with that. They take this one. We have a 9K. We're going to try to pressure that Ben Beckman, see if they want to give us the blocker. They do. Okay. Back over to them. They're going to use another Gravity Blade. No, this time it's Red Rock to put our Crocodile on the bottom of our deck. Playing down a Monet. Using Monet's Activate main to feed their leader, giving our Crocodile -1. Going 7 into life, putting the Monet back. We're going to use our card action again here so we can filter a little bit. So 7 into 5. We are going to counter out of this one. We're going to put 2 on Ben Beckman, pressuring 9 into our Rested Crocodile character. We're going to counter out and save that. So now they have the 6K swing that we have to give them that. I'll come my way trigger. We can Dawn 1 to draw a couple cards. So we're going to do that. Back over to us. We're up to 8 Dawn. We're going to put, let's see. Let's put 6 on our leader. We're going to pressure 11K into life. They take that one. And now we're going to put the rest of our Dawn on Crocodile. We're going to try to close this game out. 11 into 5. And we got it. Laker Croc versus Red Purple Sugar. Getting our Dawn. Passing it over to the opponent. Opponent gets their 2 Dawn here. So they're going to play that on their Sugar Searcher. And they're going to get Never Forgive Anyone Who Laughs. Back over to us. Just going to pressure 5 into that Searcher. We get that. We're going to play down our blocker and just pass it over to the opponent. Opponent's going to play down another Sugar Searcher. This time grabbing a Doflamingo from OP10. We're going to pressure 5 with their leader. We're going to use our card action just to get a Dawn. We're going to just take this hit. Back over to us. We draw Nico Robin. So we're going to play that down, trashing the top card of their life. We're going to pressure 5 into their Searcher again. Okay, they're going to counter and get rid of our blocker. And they got another Searcher. Alright, they really want to save that Searcher there. Back over to them. They're going to use that search again. Getting a Rosinati this time from OP10. Going to play that out. Using its on play to draw a couple cards. Going to put 1 on their leader, pressuring 6K into life. We're just going to counter out. End of their turn, they're going to ready some Dawn. Back over to us. We're going to attack first. Let's go attacking 6 with Nico Robin. 6 into 5. They're going to counter out. Then we're going to go 5 into their Rested Searcher. They gave it to us this time. Now we're going to play down our Crocodile, using its on play to gain a life. Just passing it over. They're going to play down the Doflamingo, using its on play to play down Senor Punk, bringing back Hell's Judgment from the trash. They're going to put 2 on their leader, pressuring 7 into our Rested Nico Robin. We're going to use our Crocodiles to filter. And then we are going to just counter out. They're going to put 1 on the Rosinati, pressuring 7 into the Nico Robin. Going to counter out again. And in turn, they're going to ready some Dawn, passing it over to us. We do draw into the O Come My Way. We are going to pressure our Crocodile character into that Rested Rosinati. So we're going to go 9 into 6. They're going to use Doflamingo's effect to gain a Dawn. Then they're going to use Hell's Judgment to counter out, giving our leader -3 3,000 each. We're going to use our Nico Robin to pressure 6 into the Rosinati. They give it to us. So our Crocodile is only at 2k right now. Debating here if we should play down a blocker or the 8-drop Crocodile. We're going to go with the Crocodile here. Usually gets effect to gain a life. We're up to 5 life, which is pretty good. And we'll just pass it over. They're going to use Mulgun. Looks like they're giving our Crocodile minus 5,000. The rested one. Then they're going to pressure 8k swing into it. We're going to use the effect to filter out here. We're going to use the card action again to filter again. Debating here. We're just going to get rid of the 0-drop event. And they're going to give them that Crocodile. They have 3 Dawn left, and they also have a Doflamingo swing. And Senor Pink, technically. We still do have 1-0 come my way. Opponent's going to put 2 on Senor Pink, pressuring 8 into a rested Nico Robin. We have to give that to them. Now they're going to go 9 with Doflamingo. We take that hit. And back over to us. We're going to play down our Miss Wednesday blockers. We're going to play down both of them. And we're just going to use our leader to pressure 5k into life, leaving the 1 Dawn open for the Yo come my way. They're going to counter out. We're going to pressure 9 into their rested Doflamingo. They give that to us, which tells me they probably don't have much counter in hand, if any, outside of events. They're going to play down the Monkey D Dragon, giving the Senor Pink the 2 rested Dawn. They're going to add a couple more, making a 10k swing into our Crocodile. We're going to use our blocker effect to ramp a Dawn. And we're going to use our Crocodile to filter. And then we're going to use the blocker again, just to ready a Dawn. So 10 into 9 here. We're just going to give them a 2k. Now they still have the 9k swing with the Dragon, which they're going to pressure into the Crocodile. We're going to counter and save that again. Then 5 into life with their leader. We're going to take. Just going to ready a Dawn and pass it over to us. We do draw into our 8-drop Kid. We're going to deploy that down so we can trash the top card of their life, getting a Zoro, which is good. We have a 9k with the Crocodile. We are going to pressure into Senor Pink. They get that. Then we just have a 5k swing into life. And they take that hit. We're just going to pass it over. End of turn, we're going to filter. Debating here if we want to get rid of the Yo come my way or a 2k. We're going to just get rid of a 2k because the Yo come my way can pressure or can act as a better counter in this situation. We're going to play down another Dragon, putting 2 rested on their leader, pressuring a 9k swing into our Kid. We're going to resolve some effects here. Just going to get some Dawn. And then we're going to use Crocodile to filter. I'm just going to get rid of our blocker here. And then we're going to ready some Dawn. So 9 into 9. We're just going to counter out. They're going to go into the Crocodile. We're just going to use our blocker. And they have a 7k swing into life. We're going to take this one. Back over to us. We did draw Top Knot, but doesn't really help us right now. But it's a card we can use to filter. So we're going to put 2 on our Crocodile character, pressuring 10 or 11 into life. They do have a couple Dawn. They're going to use an effect, Hell's Judgment. They're going to give our leader minus 3,000 and our Kid minus 3,000. And then they're going to use another effect to get a baby 5. And I take that hit. We're just going to load up the rest of the Dawn, minus 1, onto our Kid. Now let's put all of them on the Kid. We got to go close this out. We're going to go 14 into 5. They're going to attempt to counter out, but we get it. Laker Croc versus Purple Luffy. We're just going to get our Dawn here. Pass it over to the opponent. Opponent's going to use a search event to get their Sanji, passing it back to us. We're going to pressure 5 into life with our leader. We're going to counter out. And we're just going to deploy down our blocker and pass turn. Opponent's going to take a life to ramp a Dawn. Then they're going to pressure 5 with their leader. We're going to use our blocker to ramp a Dawn. We'll take the first one. Opponent's going to play down their Kid blocker, passing it back over to us. We're going to put 3 on our blocker, and we're going to pressure 7k into life. They take this hit, and then we're going to go 8k with leader. They take that hit as well. We'll just pass it over. They're going to pressure 5 back into our blocker. We're going to use the effect here and then counter out. They're going to play down their Sanji using their on-play effect to gain rush. Kids are going to bring back a Dawn. They're going to pressure Miss Wednesday. We're going to let them have it. Back over to us. We're going to play down the Kid. Using our card action here, we're going to trash their top life. We're going to put 1 on our leader, pressuring 6 into life. They're going to use their blocker here and then counter out. Back over to them. They're going to pressure 5 back into life. We're going to take this one. They're going to go 7 with their Sanji. We're going to counter out. We're going to play down their Luffy, using its on play so it has rush. 10 into the rested kid. We're going to counter out. Back over to us. We draw another kid, so we're going to deploy that down. We're going to trash the last life of theirs. We're going to put 1 on our kids so we have a 10k swing into life. They're going to use their Gum Gum Giant and a couple counters to get out of this hit. Let's pass it back into turn. We're going to filter. Alright, so let's see. They're going to go 10 with their Luffy into our kid. We're going to counter. They're going to play down Onami, using its on play effect. Trash a card, draw 2 cards. We do the same thing with another Onami. Back over to us. We do draw another Oh Come My Way. We're going to play down our Nami to trash their kid. We got some big swings here, so we're just going to pressure 9. See if we can get some cards. They're going to use their blocker. We'll go 9 again with kid. Use our other blocker. We're going to put 4 on our leader, pressuring another 9k swing. They're going to counter out here. Just pass it back. End of turn, we're going to filter. Opponent's going to put 1 on the leader and pressure 6k into life. We're just going to counter out of this. 7 with Sanji. We're going to take. And then they have a 10k with Luffy. We are going to use our Come My Way to force it into the kid and then counter out. They're going to play down Lin using its on play. They're going to be able to gain a life. And they put our Nami at the bottom of our life. Back over to us. We're going to put 1 on our kid, going 10 into life. They take that hit. We're going to put 2 on our other kid, pressuring 11. And we got it. Here we have Lakers Croc versus Bonney. Opponent's going first, getting a Dawn, playing down their Bonney, passing it over to us. We're just going to get the 2 Dawn and pass it back. Opponent's going to use their Bonney Searcher here to grab a killer. And they're going to put 2 Dawn on their leader, pressuring 7 into life. We're going to take the first one. Back over to us. We're going to pressure 5 into that rested Bonney character. We get that. Now we're just going to play down a Kikanojo. We do have an Oh Come My Way in hand, which is good. They're going to play down Cavendish, ready a couple Dawn. 1 on leader. They're going to pressure 6. We're just going to counter out. They did leave the 1 Dawn open. So we're going to play down our Nami. Using its on play, we're going to get rid of that Cavendish. Kind of slow down their mana ramp. Then we're going to pressure 6k with our Kikanojo. Opponent's going to use their leader effect to rest down our leader. So 6 into 5, they take this hit. I'm just going to pass it back. We do have 1 Dawn open in case we do need to use the Oh Come My Way. We're going to play down a carrot, freezing down our Kikanojo. Putting 1 on their leader. We're going to pressure 6k into life. We're going to counter. Back over to us. For our 8 Dawn here, we're going to drop down the kid. So we can use its on play to trash a life. And then we're going to pressure 5 with our Nami. They're going to use their leader effect to rest down our leader. And they're just going to counter out. We're going to pass it back. Opponent's going to play down another carrot. Freezing our... Looks like they freezed our Nami. Now they're going to pressure 6k into life with the carrot. We're going to take this one. And they're going to put 1 Dawn on leader, going 6k into life. We're just going to counter out here. They have 3 open Dawn. They're going to play down a Rosinati blocker and pass it over to us. We did draw into the Nico Robin. So we're going to play that out just so we could trash one of their lives. We're going to pressure with the kid. We're going to go 9 into life. They're going to rest our leader. And they're going to use their blocker here. Now we're just deploy down our blocker. And we're going to filter at the end of our turn. We're going to trash the kid. Opponent's going to play down the Shanks, getting rid of our kid. And then pressuring 6k with carrot, freezing down our Nami. We're just going to counter out here. They have another 6k swing. They're going to freeze down Kikanojo. We are going to use our leader effect to ramp it on. Then we're going to use Oh Come My Way onto our Kikanojo, so we gain a life. And they're going to pressure 5k, leader into life. We're just going to take that. Back over to us. We do draw another kid, which is good. We're going to put 2 on Nico Robin, pressuring 8k. Using leader effect, they're going to rest our leader. Then they take the hit. Then we're going to play down the kid. We're going to trash their last life here. And we're just going to pass it over, filtering at the end of our turn. Opponent's going to play down the 8-drop kid, resting to play down Rosnati, putting a Dawn on it, so now we have to pressure. 6k with the carrot, freezing down our Nico Robin. We're going to use this trigger effect from Top Knot, and we're going to tuck the Rosnati to the bottom of the deck. And then they're going to go 6k again with carrot, freezing down our Nami. We're going to counter out of this one. Then they got 5k swing into life. We're going to take this one. Looks like they didn't swing with Shanks, so that might have been a misclick. So we are going to pressure. We're going to put 2 on the kid and pressure 11 into their kid. So 11 into 8. We're going to use their leader effect to rest our leader. They're going to give that to us. And then we're just going to put the remaining 8 Dawn, I think, on our blocker here. And we're just going to try to close this game out. So 12 into 5. Yep, we got it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And as always, we will see you in the next one.